Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier last week we talked about Mega Omastar, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Kabutops. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week we'll be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we'll be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Kabutops. Now, like I said in the previous video for Mega Omastar, I wanted to talk about the first gen fossils just because we already have a Mega Aerodactyl, and I feel like it seems right to, if we actually receive Mega Evolutions for the rest of the Kanto fossils, which is obviously Omastar and Kabutops, but we've already talked about Mega Omastar, and the last one we have to talk about is Kabutops. Now, I already told you guys my personal opinion about the three. I like Omastar the best just because, in my opinion, I think it's more versatile than like Kabutops and Aerodactyl. I'm not saying that they're not. I just personally, like for my taste, I just think Omastar is just better all around. But I'm not saying, like I said again, that they're not bad by any means. I mean, Kabutops does put in work in its corrective here. I've seen it do works, but honestly, if compared to like the three fossils, Aerodactyl, Omastar, and Kabutops, I honestly think that Kabutops is probably the one that I think should receive a Mega Evolution, just because it's not up to par, I would say, with like Omastar, because from my recollection, Kabutops doesn't get access to Shell Smash, so it's not going to be as versatile as, like I said, Omastar, and Aerodactyl already is a lot more versatile as well, just because, for one thing, it has a Mega, and even without the Mega, it's fucking fast, and its attack stats pretty great. It has a very good versatile of a move pool, so it's just better. So, as you can tell from what I've actually done to Kabutops, I actually increased everything but decreased its special attack by 20 points from base 65 to base 45. Now, I've already explained it in the Omastar video. Well, I really didn't explain it, but basically, out of the fossils, out of the two fossils, Omastar and Kabutops is the physical attacking variant of the fossils, and its special attack is complete shit. It's not going to be a special attacker by any means, so I wanted to decrease its special attack just a little bit to add on more points for its stats, because I honestly think Kabutops does need this, because its stats are not half bad, but it wouldn't hurt. So that's why I decreased it from base 65 to base 45, because I honestly think Kabutops is a Pokemon that honestly actually needs it. Now, anyways, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 115 to base 155. Now, already as itself, without the Mega Evolution, Kabutops actually hits pretty hard. I should know, I've actually battled a couple of Kabutops in my days, and also I've actually used Kabutops like on random battles and stuff like that, and it actually does put in the work. It does put in a lot of it does a lot of work when it comes to like physical attacks and stuff like that. So I wanted, like I said, to increase it to base 155 to make this thing a lot stronger, and also it does get access to very good moves like Night Slash, for an example, Aqua Jet, which is a very good priority move that is also stat because Kabutops is part water, and it gets access to like Stone Edge, Rock Slide, X Scissor, what else? Waterfall, which is a very, very good stat type water move that this thing gets access to. Knockoff, wow, I did not know it got access to knockoff, so the more you know. It gets access to Rapid Spin, so this is a very good Pokemon to get rid of hazards. Aqua Tail, it doesn't even have a tail, but okay. Low Kick and Superpower, I mean, I can keep going on, but those are just some moves that Kabutops does get access to that can be very, very good when it comes to its physical attack. And also, I forgot to mention, this thing does get access to Swords Dance, if I'm not mistaken. I know it gets access to Rock Polish. I could have sworn, or unless I'm not seeing it. Yeah, okay, there it is. And yeah, it does get access to Swords Dance, so excuse me about that. So you can set up with this thing. It can be a very, very good, versatile offensive Pokemon to set up with. Its defenses are not half bad. So speaking of its defenses, I increased its physical defense from base 105 to base 145. Obviously, its defense is I would say okay, pretty decent, but I wanted to increase it as well to base 145 to make this thing a lot more bulkier, because with its typing being rock and water, obviously fighting type Pokemon are going to be super effective against this thing, and most fighting type Pokemon, or should I say most fighting type moves that people run on other Pokemon are mostly physical, so this thing can, well, I wouldn't say can, but it has the potential to actually eat up maybe a physical hit when it comes to like fighting type moves. I mean, there is also grass type fighting type moves, there are physical grass type moves that can actually take a hit from this, but I kind of highly doubt it considering that Kabutops is 4 times weak to grass. I mean, there's Seed Bomb, but I mean, it all kind of, I would say, depends on like what Pokemon you're going up against, I would say. But once again, base 145 is actually a very good defensive stat for Kabutops. It can eat physical hits, you can set up with this thing. I can see this thing being a very, very good versatile Pokemon when it comes to competitive play if it gets stats like this. And for its special defense, I increased it from base 70 to base 90. Now, at first, I was going to make it to base 100, but after looking at Kabutops and also the picture that I'm using, it doesn't seem like it would be a very good special Pokemon, if that makes sense. It looks a lot more frail, if that makes sense. I mean, obviously its physical defense is going to be sky high because of its blades, its head, its back. I mean, I understand that, but like, it doesn't look like it's going to be a very special defensive Pokemon, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to overly increase it. So I feel like base 90 is actually, in my opinion, very balanced for Kabutops, just because this thing is going to be weak to, like, 4 times weak to grass. It's going to be 2 times weak to fighting. It's going to be 2 times weak to electric. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2 times weak. Let me check, actually. I think those are the only typings. Okay, it also is weak to ground, if I didn't say that as well. So there are going to be typings from those moves from those typings that I mentioned that are most of the time special and can actually just annihilate Kabutops. So, like I said, base 90 is actually fairly decent for its special defense. And last but not least, its speed. I increased it from base 80 to base 100. Now, to be completely honest, I thought its speed was like around base 65-ish, but it actually surprised me when it was base 80. Now, like I said, I did use Kabutops back in the day, but that was a long ass time ago, so I'm not going to remember every single Pokemon's base stats off the top of my head. So this is just an example of one of those Pokemon, which is Kabutops. But once again, its speed is at base 80, and I wanted to increase it to base 100 because this thing is it looks like a fast Pokemon, and I'm also basing the stats somewhat off of looks as well. But when it comes to Kabutops, its speed is actually very decent. And increasing it to base 100, you have the potential to actually deal a lot of fucking damage to your opponent, or you can actually set up before your opponent goes for like an attack or something like that. So there are options, and I feel like base 100 speed is very decent, and also because it doesn't get access to Shell Smash, so I think it needed a speed boost as well. So with that, there's its stats. Now, as a regular Kabutops, its base stats at 495, and with the Mega Evolution, it's going to be at 595. Now, for its ability, I gave it a new ability called Critical Stance. Now, this ability is basically like No Guard, or I don't want to say it's like No Guard, but basically any move that Kabutops gets access to that has a potential to get a critical hit, like Night Slash, and Stone Edge, have a 100% chance to crit. Now, this ability may seem OP, but I felt like Kabutops deserved an ability like that. At first, I was probably going to give this thing like Shell Armor or something like that, or like Swift Swim, or Sturdy, but I felt like since Kabutops' speed is at base 100 with the Mega Evolution that I've given it, it's going to be able to outspeed a lot of things, and with it getting access to like Stone Edge, Night Slash, and Slash, those are going to be having 100% chance to crit if it has this abilities, and so I felt like it needed that little oomph, if that makes sense. So with this ability, I honestly think that I could see Kabutops being in probably UU, maybe OU in the minimum, probably borderline, I would say. So I feel like this ability is a little bit too OP, but Kabutops doesn't get really access to that many critical hit moves. I mean, it only gets access to 3 off the after all the moves that I'm looking at. Stone Edge, Night Slash, and Slash. Those are the only 3 I'm looking at right now. I don't know if he gets any more moves like those 3 moves that can potentially crit, but for now, I feel like those 3 moves, plus with this ability, can actually benefit Kabutops significantly. Plus, with it getting access to Stone Edge and also Kabutops being part rock, it is going to have some stab damage to it as well. So I can see this thing doing massive amount of damage, just annihilating everything. So yeah, that's the ability I decided to give it. And for its typing, obviously, I decided to leave it alone as rock, water. No reason for me to actually change its typing. Its typing is honestly perfect. And if you guys wanted me to change its typing to something, honestly, if I was gonna change it, I was probably either thinking about changing it to part steel, so making it rock steel. But I feel like rock water is perfect for it, based off of what it's. I think it's based off of like a horseshoe crab. I think this was the call because his head looks exactly like it. I'm not sure. I don't remember what Kabutops is based off of, but that's what it looks like to me. But with all that said, there is Mega Kabutops. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now, we are not yet done talking about first gen Pokemon. I know we've been doing it for like the past two weeks already with Amistar. Or the past two videos, excuse me, with Amistar and obviously Kabutops. But I also wanted to talk about a couple other Pokemon from first gen. And this Pokemon we are going to be talking about on Friday is a Pokemon that I honestly think gets overlooked a lot and can be very, very good and potentially do decently in competitive play. And that Pokemon is Fearos. So on Friday, we are going to be talking about Mega Fearos. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Also, I do have a second channel which I upload non-Pokemon stuff. So far, I've been uploading just to play the games from Overwatch. I've been heavily addicted to Overwatch, and also I've been playing a lot of Warframe, so I'll probably upload some Warframe stuff on that channel as well. But for now, like I said, I've been uploading mostly just to play the games that I've been getting from Overwatch, and I've been uploading them on this channel as well, but I've been slowly dying it down on this channel and strictly uploading it on the second channel. Right now, like I said, I've been dying, but honestly, for like the past 5 videos, it has been 100% over on the second channel only. So if you guys want to see some Overwatch content, then I highly suggest you guys to go and check out my second channel. There will be more content to come at a later date. I don't know what yet, because I'm kind of just stricted to what I have, and I kind of have to work around that. But only time will tell about what's going to be on the second channel. So it will be in the description box down below. It's called Alpha Boy for the win, and also that is my PlayStation 4 name. So if you guys want to add me on PlayStation 4, then send me a request. I'll pretty much add anybody until I can't add any more people. But once again, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to